The German Shepherd kept taking the little girl's belongings. What her parents discovered under his bed was beyond anything they could have imagined. 4-year-old Emery Blake woke up every morning to something else missing. Her stuffed lion, her glittery sneakers, the star-printed blanket she'd had since she was a baby. And every time they searched the house, the items turned up in one place under Axel's bed. 3 weeks earlier, the Blakes noticed the strange behavior beginning. One Tuesday morning, Mira Blake walked into the kitchen to find Emery sitting on the tile floor, tears streaming down her cheeks as she held empty air where her stuffed lion should have been. "Mommy!" Axel took Leo again. Emery cried. "Why is he being so mean to me?" Mira's heart twisted. Axel, their 3-year-old German Shepherd, had been part of their family since before Emery was born. He'd always been gentle, patient, the kind of dog who let toddlers tug his ears without complaint. But something had changed. Before we begin, don't forget to hit like, repost, or share and subscribe. And I'm really curious, where are you watching from? Drop your country in the comments. I love seeing how far our stories travel. Back to the story. "We'll find your lion, sweetheart," Mira said, though exhaustion dragged at her words. She'd stayed up until 3 a.m., finishing online coursework, and now this. But later that night, after retrieving Leo from under Axel's bed for the 3rd time, her husband, Rowan, pulled her aside. "This isn't normal," Rowan said quietly. "He's not randomly grabbing things. He's taking her favorite stuff. It's like he's mad at her or something." "Dogs don't get revenge," Mira said, but her voice wavered. "Maybe we should talk to a trainer. Or maybe," Rowan hesitated, "maybe he's getting aggressive. We might need to think about other options." He didn't say the word, but it echoed in the room anyway, rehoming. Things got worse. Emery's glitter sneakers vanished. Then her toy tea set. Then the moon-shaped nightlight she needed to fall asleep. Axel stole each item with purpose, waiting for Emery to leave a room before creeping forward and carrying it off to his bed in the living room corner. "Axel, stop!" Emery cried one afternoon as he tugged her blanket from her hands. She tried to pull it back, but he held it tight, staring at her with those sharp, intelligent eyes that made Mira uneasy. "Let go, honey," Mira said, lifting her daughter away. "We'll get you another blanket." "I don't want another one," Emery sobbed. "I want mine. Why does Axel hate me now?" That night, after Emery finally cried herself to sleep, Rowan found Mira sitting on the back porch steps. "I called the shelter," Rowan admitted softly. "They said they have space if we decide to surrender him." "Not yet," Mira whispered. "Give it one more week." They didn't realize Emery had heard them. The next morning, she refused to eat breakfast, her little face pale and tight with fear. "You're sending Axel away. Because of me," she whispered. "I'll be better. I'll hide my stuff. Please don't make him go." The guilt crushed both parents. They began separating Axel from Emery, closing doors, keeping them apart. The German Shepherd sensed the change. He paced, whined, scratched at doors, and still somehow grabbed Emery's belongings whenever he got a chance. 2 weeks later, the breaking point came. Emery's drawing pad vanished, her favorite one, filled with scribbles of her family, and Axel drawn bigger than everyone else. "That's it," Rowan said, voice strained. "I'm taking him in tomorrow." Overhearing this, Emery marched straight to Axel's bed, tears sliding down her cheeks, but her jaw set with determination. "I'm getting my things back," she announced. Before her parents could stop her, she crawled under Axel's low bed frame. Rowan dropped to his knees, ready to pull her out if Axel acted aggressively. But Axel only sat still, watching with an intensity that sent a chill through the room. "Daddy," Emery's voice echoed from beneath the bed. "They're all here, and they're in a line." Rowan turned on his phone flashlight and aimed it under the bed. What he saw rooted him to the floor. Every single item Axel had taken was there, organized with impossible precision. The stuffed lion sat closest to the wall. Then the glitter shoes, placed neatly side by side. The tea set stacked together. The blanket folded into a perfect square. The nightlight. The drawing pad. A trail leading from the bed's edge toward the wall that backed onto the hallway. Why would he do this? Mira whispered. He's trying to tell us something, Rowan murmured. Then it hit him, the baby monitor. Rowan pulled up the app, scrolling through recordings from previous nights. And there it was, 3 nights earlier at 2:41 a.m. Emery's door opened. The little girl walked out, eyes closed, sleepwalking, heading straight for the staircase. Oh my God, Mira gasped. Before Emery reached the top step, Axel appeared. He blocked her path, nudging her gently but firmly. And Emery, still unconscious, followed the scent of the stuffed lion in his mouth, all the way to Axel's bed, where she curled up and slept safely on the ground floor. They checked more footage. Every night, for 2 weeks, the same frightening pattern appeared. Emery sleepwalking toward the stairs, Axel intercepting her, guiding her to safety, using her stolen items as a trail. He's been protecting her, Rowan whispered, voice breaking. Every single night. Tears filled Mira's eyes. We thought he was the problem, and he was the one saving her. They called Emery's pediatrician, then a sleep specialist. Safety gates were installed, alarms added to doors, locks placed on windows. But that night, both parents sat beside Axel on the floor. I'm so sorry, buddy, Rowan whispered. You tried to warn us, and we didn't listen. Axel lowered his head into Rowan's lap, accepting their apology with quiet loyalty. The next morning, Emery drew a new picture. Axel, wearing a superhero cape, standing guard over her bed. She titled it, Axel the Brave. He was helping me, she said simply. He knew I wasn't safe. From that day forward, Axel's bed stayed in Emery's room right beside her door. And whenever he barked or paced or blocked her path, they didn't question him anymore. He wasn't stealing, he was saving. Every single night. From that night forward, the atmosphere inside the Blake household shifted completely. Axel was no longer watched with suspicion or worry. Instead, every movement he made, every alert stance, every quiet huff of concern carried new weight. Rowan found himself glancing toward Emery's room more often, listening for the soft jingle of Axel's collar as he settled near her door like a silent guardian. The sleep specialist explained that children Emery's age could sleepwalk in patterns for weeks, sometimes months, before the episodes faded. So, the family adjusted. Each night, they double-checked the safety gate at the top of the stairs and made sure alarms on Emery's door were armed. But even with every new precaution, it was Axel that gave them the most comfort. And for the first time, Emery seemed completely unafraid. On the second night of their new routine, she sat cross-legged on her bed, brushing Axel's thick fur while he lay across her feet like a warm, living blanket. You knew the stairs were scary, she whispered to him. You saved me every time. Axel looked up at her with those deep, intelligent eyes, as if he understood every word. Later that night, the door alarm chimed softly, a single, quick beep. Rowan bolted upright in bed. Mira gasped beside him. But Axel was already ahead of them. They reached the hallway just in time to see him standing beside Emery, nudging her gently back toward her bed. The little girl's eyes were half-lidded, her steps wobbly. She didn't even seem aware of her parents watching. Axel guided her all the way to her mattress, waited until she curled beneath her blanket, and only then settled back onto his bed with a quiet sigh. Good boy, Rowan whispered, voice thick. The next morning, Emery woke refreshed, completely unaware she'd even wandered. As she ate breakfast, she giggled at Axel nosing her feet under the table. He checks on me all night, she told her parents proudly, as if this were the most ordinary thing in the world. But the third night brought something different. Around 2:30 a.m., Rowan was drifting in and out of sleep when he heard Axel let out a sound he'd never heard before. Low, tense, almost like a warning rumble. Not aggressive, but urgent. Rowan shot up. Mira followed him into the hallway. Axel wasn't by Emery's door. He was standing in the middle of the hall, staring toward the attic hatch above the linen closet, his ears pinned back, every muscle tense. What is it? Mira whispered. Before Rowan could answer, the baby monitor showed movement in Emery's room. Not her, the closet door. It creaked slowly open on its own. A sudden draft blew through the hallway, even though every window was locked. Axel growled, stepping in front of Emery's door, body lowered, protective instinct blazing like a shield. Rowan's chest tightened. Why is he guarding the door like that? And then, softly, Emery's sleep-filled voice drifted from inside the room. Axel, don't let him in. Rowan and Mira froze. They knew she was asleep, but her trembling voice sent a chill deeper than anything they'd dealt with before. Axel didn't move. He held his ground, as if something unseen had tried to enter, as if he'd been fighting off more than sleepwalking all along. The parents stared at their daughter's closed door, fear twisting slowly in their stomachs. Because for the first time, it felt like Axel wasn't just protecting Emery from herself. He was protecting her from something else. Something they couldn't see. If this story moved you, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more powerful moments like this.